Welcome to Decoded Daily. This episode is brought to you by IdeaData. Want to stay ahead in AI and tech? Try IdeaData. Join thousands of professionals in AI tech and business from Fortune 500 companies like IBM, MetLife, Amazon, and more. Get smarter on AI tech and new markets with our newsletter. The link is in the show notes. Today we're diving deep into how technology is changing the very fabric of work. We'll be focusing on three key areas: AI, remote work, and a pretty interesting move by Google. You sent over a collection of recent news articles, and let me tell you, it's a real eye-opener.
It's fascinating to see how these seemingly separate trends are actually weaving together, creating this whirlwind of change in the workplace.
Okay, so let's start with AI. One article from DataQuest India really caught my eye. It talks about how AI is revolutionizing product development. And we're not talking about some distant future here. This is happening right now.
You're absolutely right. What's really striking is how companies are using AI to analyze mountains of data, way more than any human could handle, to understand what consumers really want. It's almost like they can predict trends before they even emerge.
So it's like having a superpowered crystal ball for businesses.
Exactly. Imagine being able to tailor products and services to people's needs with this incredible level of precision. That's the power of AI in product development. But it doesn't stop there. Another article, this one from Health Leaders, dives into how AI is shaking up the world of finance and healthcare. Specifically, it's revolutionizing something called revenue cycles.
Revenue cycles?
Yeah.
For someone like me who's not in healthcare, could you break that down a bit?
Of course. Essentially, it's the entire process of managing a company's income, from billing and collections to tracking payments. And AI is stepping in to automate tasks, boost efficiency, and even predict patient volumes and manage claims. It's streamlining the entire financial side of healthcare.
So it's not just about developing products, but actually managing the money too. That's a pretty big deal for anyone working in healthcare or finance, right?
Absolutely. It has the potential to transform the way these industries handle their finances, making them more efficient and effective.
Now, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about something you're probably already experiencing: the rise of remote work. We have a TechCrunch article here with insights from 3 leaders in HR startups: Remote Check and Gusto. These are the folks on the front lines of this whole shift in how we work.
What's really interesting is that they all agree on one thing. Remote work is here to stay. This isn't just a temporary blip caused by the pandemic. It's a fundamental change in how we think about the workplace.
So no more rush hour traffic and stuffy office cubicles? That sounds pretty appealing to me. But seriously, what kind of impact do you think this is having on the way companies operate?
Well, think about it. Technology has played a huge role in enabling this shift. Video conferencing, collaboration tools, cloud computing. All these advancements have made remote work not just possible, but increasingly preferable for many.
It's definitely given a lot of people more flexibility and hopefully a better work-life balance. But I imagine there are challenges too, right? Managing teams spread out across different locations, keeping everyone connected.
Absolutely, there are definitely challenges. Communication, for example, becomes even more critical when you're not all in the same physical space. The article highlights the importance of clear communication strategies and the right digital tools to bridge that gap. Companies are having to adapt and find new ways to build and maintain strong teams, even when they're miles apart.
I can definitely see that. I mean, we've all experienced those awkward silences on Zoom calls, or struggled to stay in sync with colleagues who are working from different time zones.
Exactly. It's a learning curve for everyone. And companies are actively investing in solutions to address these challenges. This is where those HR startups we mentioned come in. They're developing innovative tools and platforms to help companies manage remote teams more effectively.
So the future of work is remote. But it's also very much intertwined with technology. It's like we're entering this whole new era of work, and it's exciting, but maybe a little daunting too.
It's definitely a time of tremendous change. But those who embrace this change, who are willing to learn and adapt, will be the ones who thrive.
Speaking of adapting, let's talk about Google. An article from All Work Space caught my attention. It's about Google's Project Jarvis. Have you heard of this?
Yes, Project Jarvis. It's basically an AI designed to, well, take the reins of your internet browsing. It's still in development, but the idea is pretty intriguing and maybe a little unsettling for some.
It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie. Take control of my browsing. How does that even work?
Well, imagine an AI that learns your browsing habits, your preferences, everything you do online. Then it uses that knowledge to streamline your online experience. making you more productive and efficient. It would be like having a personal assistant for the internet, anticipating your needs and doing the heavy lifting for you.
Okay, that does sound pretty cool. But let's be honest, it also raises some big questions, right? How much control are we willing to give up to AI, even if it promises to make our lives easier? And what about privacy? What happens to all the data Jarvis is collecting about our online behavior?
Those are all valid concerns, and they highlight the double-edged sword of technological advancement. On the one hand, you have the potential for incredible convenience and efficiency. On the other hand, you have legitimate concerns about data security and autonomy.
So it's a trade-off. We have to weigh the potential benefits against the risks. It seems like we're constantly trying to find that balance with new technology, figuring out how to harness its power without sacrificing our privacy or control.
Exactly, and it's a conversation we need to keep having as technology continues to evolve. We can't just blindly adopt new tools without considering the potential consequences.
Well, that's some serious food for thought.
It certainly is. We're living in a time of unprecedented technological change, and it's impacting every aspect of our lives, including how we work. It's exciting, it's challenging, and it's definitely something we all need to be aware of.
Now, on a slightly less mind-bending note, we came across an article from SHRM, the Society for Human Resource Management. It talks about their Workplace Tech Accelerator program, which is basically a launch pad for innovation in the HR space.
This program is fascinating. They're not just talking about the future of work. They're actively shaping it by investing in and mentoring startups that are developing cutting-edge HR technologies. They're supporting the creation of tools and solutions to address the very challenges we've been discussing, like managing remote teams, fostering collaboration, and navigating this new world of work.
So they're putting their money where their mouth is, so to speak. It's encouraging to see that kind of proactive approach, especially from an organization like SHRM. They're not just observing the changes, they're actively contributing to the solutions.
Exactly. It shows that the HR landscape is evolving rapidly, trying to keep pace with the technological advancements and the changing nature of work itself. And the evolution is crucial because, as we've seen, the way we work is being transformed in profound ways.
It seems like the message here is adapt or be left behind. The world of work is changing whether we like it or not. And those who embrace the change and are willing to learn and grow will be the ones who thrive.
It really does feel like we're at a crossroads. The decisions we make now, both individually and as a society, will have a huge impact on the future of work.
It's a lot to wrap our heads around, that's for sure. But let's zoom back in on a couple of those articles. I was particularly intrigued by the one from DataQuest India about AI in product development. It really drove home the potential of AI to understand what people want sometimes even before they do.
It's remarkable, isn't it? The ability to analyze massive amounts of data and extract meaningful insights is transforming the way products are designed and marketed. Think about those eerily accurate product recommendations you get online, or how your favorite streaming service seems to know exactly what you want to watch next. That's AI at work, learning your preferences and shaping your experiences.
It's a little spooky, but also kind of cool. So it's not just about guessing what people might like, but actually using data to create products and experiences that are truly personalized.
Absolutely. Take the fashion industry, for example. Some companies are using AI to analyze social media trends, runway shows, and even street-style photos to predict upcoming fashion trends. Instead of relying on gut instinct or traditional market research, they're letting AI do the heavy lifting and guide their design choices.
So AI is becoming the ultimate fashion influencer.
In a way, yes. And the results are pretty impressive. These companies are able to design and produce clothing that's more aligned with what consumers are actually looking for. This can lead to reduced waste, increased sales, and a more sustainable approach to fashion.
That's a win-win for everyone. But what about other industries? Is this personalized approach limited to things like fashion and entertainment?
Not at all. AI is being used to personalize experiences in a wide range of industries. Think about healthcare, for example. AI can help doctors develop personalized treatment plans based on a patient's individual medical history, genetic makeup, and lifestyle factors. It's like having a customized healthcare plan tailored to your specific needs.
That's amazing. It sounds like AI is not just changing products, but revolutionizing entire industries.
It's definitely a game changer, and we're only just beginning to explore the possibilities. As AI continues to evolve, who knows what the future holds?
Okay, now I want to circle back to remote work. We've established that it's here to stay, but what does that really mean for the future of the workplace? Will we all be working from our pajamas in 10 years?
Well, maybe some of us will. But seriously, the traditional office as we know it is likely to undergo a radical transformation. Think less about rows of cubicles and more about flexible collaborative spaces designed to foster innovation and creativity.
So no more water cooler gossip, I'll miss that.
You might have to find new ways to get your gossip fix. But on a serious note, the office of the future will likely be less about having a designated desk and more about providing spaces for people to come together, connect, and collaborate on projects.
So more like a hub for teamwork and brainstorming, rather than a place where you're chained to your desk all day.
Exactly. It's about creating an environment that supports different work styles and encourages people to interact and share ideas. And this aligns with the growing desire for work-life balance and flexibility that many people are looking for.
That all sounds great in theory, but won't it be harder to build strong relationships and a sense of community within a company if everyone is scattered all over the place?
That's a valid concern, and it's something companies will need to address proactively. The key is to create opportunities for connection and collaboration even when people aren't physically in the same location. Think about virtual team building activities, online social events, or even just regular check-ins to make sure everyone feels connected and supported.
So it's not just about the physical space, but also about creating a culture that values communication and connection, regardless of where people are working.
Exactly, and technology will play a huge role in facilitating that. Think about platforms like Slack or Microsoft Teams. They've become essential tools for remote teams to communicate, collaborate, and stay connected. And as technology continues to evolve, we can expect even more innovative solutions to emerge.
It's amazing how technology is both driving this shift toward remote work and also providing the tools to make it work effectively.
It's a fascinating interplay, and as we continue to explore the possibilities of remote work, it will be interesting to see how technology shapes the way we interact, collaborate, and build relationships in the workplace.
Speaking of technology shaping the workplace, I want to revisit that article about SHRM's Workplace Tech Accelerator program. It sounds like they're really on the cutting edge of HR innovation. What are some of the specific technologies they're investing in?
Well, they're supporting a wide range of startups, developing all sorts of cool HR tech solutions. For example, some platforms provide real-time insights into employee productivity and well-being. Imagine being able to track employee engagement, stress levels, and even predict potential burnout risks, all through data analysis and AI.
That's pretty incredible. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but I guess this is the reality of work in the digital age.
It really is. And these tools can be incredibly valuable for companies, especially those managing remote teams. They can help create a more supportive and productive work environment by identifying potential issues before they become major problems.
But what about the employees? Some people might feel uncomfortable with their employer having access to that level of personal data.
That's a valid point, and it's why transparency and trust are so crucial. Employees need to be informed about what data is being collected and how it's being used, and companies need to be responsible and ethical in their use of this data. It's all about finding the right balance between leveraging technology to improve the workplace and respecting employee privacy and autonomy.
It's a delicate balance, that's for sure. But it seems like these technologies have the potential to really transform the way we work, for better or for worse.
It's all about how we choose to use them. Technology itself is neutral, but it's our responsibility to use it in a way that benefits both individuals and organizations.
Well said. It seems like the future of work is going to be a lot more high-tech, but hopefully it will also be more human-centered with a focus on well-being, connection, and meaningful work.
It's an exciting time to be working in this field. There's so much innovation happening, and it's really pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the workplace.
It's definitely a lot to keep up with.
Yeah.
But speaking of pushing boundaries, I want to circle back to that Google article about Project Jarvis. It's one of those things that sounds amazing on the surface, but also raises some red flags. It's like, do I really want an AI controlling my internet browsing? Even if it promises to make me more productive, it feels a little invasive.
I get it. It's like giving someone else the keys to your digital life, right? You're essentially trusting this AI to make decisions about what you see, what you read, and how you spend your time online.
Exactly. And even if the AI is designed with the best intentions, there's always that question of who's really in control here.
That's the crux of it, isn't it? It's not just about the technology itself, but about the framework we create around it. We need robust regulations and ethical guidelines to ensure that these powerful AI tools are used responsibly and don't infringe on our privacy or autonomy.
So it's not a question of whether AI is good or bad, but rather how we choose to develop and implement it.
Precisely. Technology is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill. It's up to us as a society to ensure that AI is used ethically and in a way that benefits everyone.
Okay, so we've talked about AI remote work and Google's grand plans. What does all this mean for someone like me just trying to navigate the world of work? What skills should I be focusing on to thrive in this ever-changing landscape?
That's the million-dollar question. And honestly, the most important skill you can develop is adaptability. The ability to learn new things, quickly embrace change, and pivot when necessary will be invaluable.
So it's less about having a specific set of skills and more about being a lifelong learner, constantly evolving and adapting to new challenges.
Exactly. The world of work is changing so rapidly that the skills you learn today might be obsolete tomorrow. The key is to cultivate a mindset of continuous learning and be willing to step outside your comfort zone.
So embrace the unknown and be prepared to learn something new every day.
Yeah.
But besides adaptability, are there any other skills that you think will be particularly important in the future of work?
Absolutely. Critical thinking is going to be more important than ever. With the constant influx of information, you need to be able to evaluate sources, discern fact from fiction, and make informed decisions.
It's like developing your own internal BS detector.
That's a great way to put it. And of course, creativity and problem-solving skills will always be in high demand. As AI and automation take over more routine tasks, it's the uniquely human skills like creativity, ingenuity, and innovation that will set us apart.
So it's not about competing with machines, but about finding ways to collaborate with them and leverage our respective strengths.
Exactly. The future of work will be about finding that sweet spot between human and artificial intelligence, where we complement each other and create something truly remarkable.
That's a great way to think about it. The future of work might be uncertain, but it's also full of possibilities. And if we stay curious, adaptable, and focused on developing those essential human skills, I think we can all thrive in this new world of work.
I completely agree. It's an exciting time to be alive and working, and I can't wait to see what the future holds.
Want to stay ahead in AI and tech? Try IdeaData. Join thousands of professionals in AI tech and business from Fortune 500 companies like IBM, MetLife, Amazon, and more. Get smarter on AI tech in new markets with our newsletter. The link is in the show notes.